How are we doing, lads? Feeling a bit generous today, so I decided to knock out a second release. So this is my 1.6 256 Hammerless that I have for Complex, primarily used as I guess, a side counter. It's also been heavily used as a raiding cannon as well. I have several variants of the cannon that are much better suited towards raiding, but I just want to release the side counter version for now. So there were some issues with the initial side counter version where it had like this slab bust here was spraying. These are all amended in this version now. So some things about the cannon: you've got about 20-30 blocks of wire just, all the way up to, I think it's this block here, which is conveniently like the top of the cannon. I'll just place those two dispensers back. That's at the very, very top of the cannon there. X adjust is about 6 chunks, and it adjusts like a standard XY. So wherever you place this block on the pillar here, as long as there isn't a block there, you just need to be wary. Roughly wherever this block goes here, that's going to be your Y adjust, and then your X adjust will be just like that. That's how I prefer to adjust, by just having two arms, sort of like that. This cannon will bust regens, but you do need to be lined up for the center. So it doesn't have OSRB, but it will double tap regens just fine. So we'll just get into a bit of firing it. I haven't tested this cannon on auto yet. I know it works on semi-auto, but we fire that. See, it's very, very smooth. Oh, had the adjust wrong, so I forgot my Y adjust, so I just went off into Narnia. Fire that again. And by the looks of it, it just went off into Narnia and into unloaded chunks. So now Crystal is lagging to shit. So we'll need to give that a little bit to speed up. But while Crystal is... Oh, never mind. It looks like it's speeding up a little bit more now. There you go. It's a bit slower there, but you can see it's got a pretty hefty nuke for such a small cannon. So it goes down about maybe 100, 150 blocks for the nuke. It's a 4-game tick efficient nuke. What else we got? I'll just set up some walls just so I can show you it going through walls. I'll show you how to backstack with it as well. Walls, cobblestone, 59. Hopefully this works. There we go. Alright, so we've got some walls set up now. Should be nice and in line roughly, yep. So we fire again, you can just see the full extent of the nuke. Bang. See there, you got that 4-game tick efficient nuke. It's quite a long nuke, but it is quite narrow. So if we I'm just going to copy this cannon here because I haven't actually tested this specific version on auto yet, on Crystal without protection blocks. So we'll just go back up to the top and just make sure we copy this all. Don't really want to be troubleshooting mid video, but if it does come to it, we will troubleshoot it here. So if we auto say 1, 2, 3, just start on 3. Okay. I think that is because, funnily enough, in the sand comp that we released a bit earlier, it was only doing like 200 and something. Is that like 203 out of like 212 sand? So I'm just going to drop the guider just down a little bit more. And we'll drop this one as well, just down a little bit more. Just semi-fire it, just to make sure it is working. Yeah, so that's on semi. And then we'll just flick it on auto again, just make sure it does keep working. 3. And see, it is 1.6, so it is pretty fucking quick for a side counter. Yeah, there it goes. Chewing. So we'll just put it on auto, and I'll just show you what it does to walls. So it's a very, very fast cannon, provided the server runs at 20 TPS. For a very, very, I guess, a very, very small area. So off it goes. It doesn't clip. You can't clip this ratio out. So we put blocks above it. So yeah, that ratio doesn't clip there. This is 0 to 6.59. And yeah, you can see that's a very, very fast cannon. It doesn't have AP. it doesn't have bypass, because again it is primarily used as a buffer counter. So of course you can... Oh, what just happened? Yeah, you can straight line it pretty easily. Oh, there it goes. It's just the server going down. But yeah, as I said, it's primarily used as a side counter or hitting like lightly defended bases. That's where this thing's really going to shine. I don't know if I mentioned it, but range is, I think range is about 45 chunks, pretty sure, for this version. We got the float. Yeah, I mentioned the float. And yeah, that's sort of it. I'll just show you very, very quickly. If you do intend to use this as a rating cannon, I'll show you how to backstack with it. So, what we can do is we just go to the wire guider and just go across here. And I'll just put in some diamond blocks just to show you. So I'll put a diamond block here. So, to backstack with this cannon, there's 3 separate blocks that you need to break to enable backstacking. So backstacking is like purely for filters, basically. But the 3 blocks you need to break is 1, this one here. This here is your nuke hammer. You need to break that cobblestone block there. On this side of the cannon, you can break this piece of redstone here, or you can also break this observer. It doesn't really matter. In this case, we'll just break the observer. And on this side here, we can break that cobblestone block there. So on the right hand side is like our right hand side of our nuke, left hand side is the left hand side of the nuke, and in the middle we've got our 1 rev and we have our slab bust. So what we can do is TNT fill, and we can just fire it again to make sure it is all working. Should see though that there isn't a nuke present. It should just stack just like that. So if we turn it on, it's going to just start backstacking. This will backstack dry, so you don't need to worry about it not backstacking where it is dry. We'll just go like that. It's a very, very quick backstack. Again, it is 1.6 seconds, and you can also see the slab bus going at the bottom. But the important thing is always just to take out those regen sources. So turn that back off, just before it destroys my guider. Yeah, okay, sweet. So yeah, it does backstack at a pretty quick rate. It'll go through anything that's dry wet. Cannon specs, I guess, is about... I actually don't know how much TNT this is per shot. As far as I remember, it was very, very efficient for the range and the firepower it sort of has. One. So we just go count dispenser. It's 457 dispensers. And count dispenser. So it's 300 or 757 TNT, and this also double pulses here. /calc 457 plus 300 plus 15, 772 TNT per shot. So it's pretty cheap for a 256 counter / rating cannon. I will just take note as well. This cannon does have something called shock control. So basically, when you first fill this cannon, you'll notice this piston here will extend. Now, basically, this cannon's going to be using 2 TNT per shot out of certain parts of the cannon. So this is a dispenser that is double pulsing. But basically, what you want to do is you don't want to have this cannon completely full. This dispenser here, you want to take out a bit of TNT, whether that be half a stack, 16 blocks, just as long as it's like more than 4. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to automatically turn the cannon off when it runs out of TNT, so you're no longer going to have that risk of, say, your hammer dispensing and your boosters dispensing, or your hammer not dispensing and your boosters not dispensing. So that will no longer be a problem. But yeah, that's sort of how the shock control works. I can actually show you when it turns off. So if we take everything out, except for, say, put in 32 there, and then I'm just going to clear my inventory again. That should be like 16 blocks roughly. But I'll turn it back on auto, so we go /lever. So the shock control's currently going. So I think we're still in backstack mode, so it should just be backstacking. Yeah, it's backstacking right now. It's just visually, you can't see it right now. So that's after about 16 shots, it'll auto turn off. Yeah, you can see there that the shot control's disengaged because there's no more TNT in that dispenser. So it is very important that when you do fill that cannon, you do take a bit of TNT out. Turn the lever off when you refill the cannon as well, by the way, because otherwise you're just going to start firing. Makes you look dumb. But anyway, that's sort of the end of this cannon. Not much really else to say. It's quite a nice little cannon. It's very compact, shoots fast, shoots far. That's pretty much it. It's just a nice little side counter. So yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video, which will probably be my cannoning tutorial series again, unless I decide to release anything else, which I don't intend to do right now. So yeah, apart from that, I'll catch you all later.